lawyers so fussy about grammar and formatting? There are two main reasons. First, because sometimes things like a missing comma or the drafter using the word which when they should have said that can have real implications on how a disputed provision is construed. And second, it's because we look at so many documents all day long, every day. We continually have our faces in Microsoft Word, and having to reread sentences or do global edits and then double check that using find replace didn't have some unintended side effect because of someone else's sloppy drafting is so grating to lawyers who, let's face it, are often looking for a reason to be cranky and exasperated anyway. Which is not to say that we never make mistakes either. In a 50-page contract, there's bound to be a couple of errors that we make or that slip past even the most meticulous of us. And it is devastating when we look at that contract 2 years down the road and realize that a defined term was used uncapitalized on our watch. The horror. Now, honestly, a non-negligible percentage of lawyers have some actual horror story about getting chewed out early in their career for sending a document to a more senior attorney with more than one mistake in it. Or, much, much worse, for our litigator friends, getting reamed out by the presiding judge for an error-ridden brief or court filing. On some level, this may seem like an absurd overreaction, especially if the error is immaterial and the substantive work was excellent. On the other hand, lazy drafting shows a lack of professionalism and attention to detail, which is ultimately a negative reflection on the partner. So you train yourself to catch the little things, and then you expect the attorneys coming up beneath you to do the same. I want to address law students and prospective lawyers for a second. You'll hear a lot of discussion about whether you should try to write onto a journal, and if you don't write onto your school's law review, whether you should bother participating in any of your school's secondary journals. My controversial opinion has generally been that you should plan to grade onto law review, and your best bet to achieve that is to spend the weekend when all your classmates are losing their shit over journal tryouts to study and prepare for exams and safeguard your mental health. Now, assuming that you're a diligent student otherwise, that extra weekend really will give you an edge for exams, which benefits both your overall GPA and your law review grade on chances. Now, for what it's worth, this is in fact the strategy that I and at least one other classmate did. There might have been others. And everyone else thought we were so cocky, but it actually paid off for both of us. But now, let me contradict myself briefly. If your attention to detail isn't great, or you make a lot of grammar mistakes, or you just want to improve your legal writing skills, I think these secondary journals are actually underrated. They are great training grounds to help you improve and internalize ways of thinking and writing that maybe come more naturally to other people and that will pay dividends over the course of your legal career, or really any career. So to be clear, you probably won't get an offer from your top choice law firm based on your participation in the Journal of Obscure Legal Musings. But if your time there takes you from a struggling writer to someone who can express their thoughts more clearly and without too many typos from day one as a first-year associate, it's going to endear you to the finicky senior partners, and it's going to help you flourish longer term. Finally, it's worth mentioning that some of my most successful and powerful clients are extremely casual in their communications, and they don't even bother with capitalization, punctuation, or proofreading. They've built empires, so it is not a reflection of anything other than how they choose to focus their mental energy. As lawyers, we might notice, but we are much harder on other attorneys than we are on our clients. As long as we can understand what you're asking for and you're paying your bills on time, if you're a client, we aren't going to care. Business owners, do you notice when your lawyer makes a typo in your document? Does it bother you?